took it, but didn't take us in. I didn't even have no re-up I could re-up with. Had to rob another just to re-up.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back on the opening kickoff. He'll come out to the 25. Now the man from nearby Stanford, Christian McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Carolina. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead.
49ers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mostert. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Throwing now is Lance. That's swung out to Mostert. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
I like the play design there. They occupy the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. To throw, it's Lance. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaq Thompson just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. He's going to wind up and air it out.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Panthers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Niners' 46-yard line.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Darnold. He gets it to Thomas. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
On second down, Mostert.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
And Lance now to throw.
And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
So a 56-yard punt. They'll net 41 after the 15-yard return.
And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders, who knows what it could be. He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, McCaffrey. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line, because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Sam Darnold keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pitch man, and almost forgot about the quarterback. In fact, they did forget about the quarterback, and he turned it into a touchdown.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0.
49ers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Lance able to find Mostert, and he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Lance looks to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. Lance and company going on 4th down. Flushed out right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Panthers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even breaks the tackle. Now an alley. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Push him back. Push him back. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Flush to his right. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there just before halftime.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He connected on his first, this from 41. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Second down, here's Mostert again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. A first throw for the backup Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on... field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Darnold. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Maurice Hurst busting through to get him for a loss of 6. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. it hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Here's Darnold. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Anderson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. Darnold now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Play action, now it's Lance. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Mike 54. I'm coming for you. You mine. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Bring it.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Thomas. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score Panthers 27, 49ers nothing.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Gets it quickly out to Marshall. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 4th down, Darnold. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Off of play action, Darnold. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Don't get nervous. Quick dash. Go.
Here's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Now Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. Here's Lance to throw it. And that's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The Niners on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Lance again. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And he is going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. On first down, Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's Mostert. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. 2nd down and goal. Lance eluding the pressure right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Lance now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. And they'll go for it. Lance. The quick slant caught. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. McCaffrey on the toss right. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets.